Hi everybody, thank you so much for clicking and for watching this video. If you haven't done so already, why don't you subscribe? Big shout out to those 2 new subscribers this week. Big love to the 2 of you. And of course, drop me a like for this or any of the other videos. And I always love getting this sort of dialogue. Great feedback on my recent review of Thor, Love and Thunder. Very constructive response to my review, which I was feeling. But today, a little bit different, something a little bit different. Now, if you notice when you click on my team, and I'm going to get to this in a minute, I have been on here for a few years with different teams, but ultimately I haven't really been invested in it because, as I've said, I don't really know about soccer or football or whichever one, Socceroo, whichever one you sort of prefer. And I've sort of gone into it and just sort of gone along with it because friends have said, oh, you should try it, and they know I don't like Socceroo, football, soccer's, whatever, as we said. But this year, I want to go it alone. Normally, I tail off, and usually I sort of lose interest. Sorry, chair's a bit creaky. My arm, shoulder's a little bit achy this morning. My knee's giving me a jip. Have you ever heard that saying? Let me know in the comments whether you have. A bit of jip today. Creaky chair. Need to get a new chair. But so signed up, and I've joined several leagues this season, and I just really want to see if I can continue evolving my interest in football. Will I tail off? Will I stay interested? And so I don't really know any of the players. I don't really know any of the teams. So I guess that leaves me to sort of disadvantage. And normally my friends would try and tell me, like, this player plays for this club and this player plays for this club, but this team's in this position and this team's in this position. And it's like a minefield. It's like you and you're stepping over them. Lots of mines in the field. But so I just want to take you through my team here. Now, if you look, I've gone for a player called Ramsdale. Now, apparently he plays for a team in London. He plays for the Arsenal, and apparently, from what I was reading earlier, he had a good first season in the Premier Division last season. So I thought, well, maybe he's going to progress this season, and I'm hoping that I can get some good games out of him. Now, I don't really understand how the point system works, because normally you get like 2 points for a win, a team, but because this is a collection of different players, I'm going to have to research how that works. But yeah, it seems like a good choice. Then in defence, in the middle of the park in defence, I have this player James, who again plays for another team in London, very London centric at the moment, but there is a mixture. I'm not just going for London. And he's called James, and apparently his sister plays for the women's equivalent of his team, which is just great. It's just great, and I love that they keep that in the family. There's this player for Man United. Did you say Man United or Man U? I'm not sure, but anyway, just let me know in the comments. Apparently, they've just signed this player called Martinez, and he's referred to in his other club, his other country, as the Butcher, which just seems sort of like mad that you would sign a player that's referred to as the Butcher. Like, what does that mean? And maybe I need to do a bit of research, but I thought, oh, maybe that means he's got my friends are always talking about like aggression in the game. So I think he sounds like an aggressive player. Now, again, I need to look at how things like yellows and reds will affect his points, but he seems like he's going to be a good player. But again, I don't really know, and it's going to be interesting watching him develop and move and progress. And I might have to go to a few of those games to see him. But ultimately, really tough, no-nonsense player. That's what my friend says. Then you've got this guy, Sanchez, who just sounds sort of like he'll be a little bit, I don't know how you'd say, exciting. He sounds exciting. He sounds like extravagant, like Sanchez. I don't know if he's Latino, I'm not sure, but I think he's going to be sort of very fluid with his movement. And then on this other side, playing next to him, this player for Aston Villa, which I believe is based in the Midlands, called, I'm sorry, I'm referring to my team when I'm looking down, called Digner. And I don't really know much about him, but I just picked him. I thought I'd take a chance on Digner because why not? You know, again, don't know much about, and maybe he'll surprise me. I did a little bit of research in the top of the pitch, so I've gone with a player called Sancho. Again, sounds Latino, plays for Man U. Could be good, don't know. Just gonna take a chance. In the middle, we've got this guy called Foden, who is like crazy young, but apparently, I remember my friend last season or the season before saying things like he's killing it, which is like a thing that fans say. He's killing it or he's smashing it. So I thought I'd like give him a go. And then this other player on the other side of him, he plays for the same team. Now, yes, I remember this player playing for Belgium a couple of years ago and I remember I was at the pub with a friend and he was absolutely killing it. He was just so and some people will say like something like, and I don't even know what this means, he'll say like, oh, he's like the new Paula Scholes or something, which, and I know that Scott, when I was a kid, Scholes was a player, but I don't really know how his career panned out. And again, this is all on me because I've got to research it, and maybe I should have done research before the game. But apparently, like he's the equivalent, or he's better, or something. It's this guy called De Bruyne, and he's supposed to be really good. Now, moving on to my players up front. Now, there's this player, and keep in mind, I know nothing about this player other than that apparently last season he was like really, really good and he's got a lot of potential, and there's other clubs are linked with him. And he's called Awaniyi. I can't even pronounce it. Let me know in the comments if you can pronounce it. It's Awaniyi, and he's playing against Newcastle for Nottingham Forest, who I remember as being away camping, and they were in a game and they won the game, which meant that they went up to this league. So it's going to be interesting to see now how they adapt and how he adapts to life in the Premiership. It's going to be really interesting for me. If I picked a good player there, I don't really know how it works when they make that sort of transition from the lower leagues, the low leagues, and the high leagues, and now we're in the high league, and so that's going to be interesting. Then there's this guy, whether this is his real name or not, I don't know whether this is his real name, and again, I'm not looking to offend someone, but his name is Jesus, which is kind of, if that's his real name, that's cool, and if it's like some kind of a nickname, it's a bit much, isn't it? But apparently he's a really good player, and he's just made a move to Arsenal. And apparently in like the past, he's been a good player, but not reached his potential. So that's interesting. And then this other player that I picked, who I might change. I don't really know how the captain thing works. He's like a big player. He's like a big player in Europe, and he's just moved over from the German league. German player called Holland, I think it's Holland or Haaland, and he's just made a move. And apparently, like, my friends were going crazy because they like love Manchester City, and they just said that he's gonna like light the league up, and he's gonna win, single-handedly win the trophy, the Premiership for Manchester City. I do know they're rivals of Liverpool at the moment. It's like they're the two like biggest clubs, so it's like that's going to be interesting to watch. And even though I want to invest a lot of time in lower league football, this is the sort of the teams that I have to try and follow, because this is the fantasy Premier League thing, what people do. Then, apologies, my voice is going. Excuse me. I don't know what's going on. I did a COVID test earlier and it came out negative, but still got this bit of a tickle, so I have to do something about that. Maybe have some Lemsip. But anyway, you didn't come here to listen to me talk about like Lemsip. You came here to listen to me talk about my fancy Premier League team. So I've gone for this keeper called Hennessy, and then I've gone for this. That's my, because apparently you need like 2 goalkeepers. I don't know why you need 2. Then I've gone for this player called Ramsey. Again, he's a young player, and he's managed by. I do know this because I remember my friends at the last season talking about this player who. I remember when I used to get dragged to the pub and this player, and there was always this debate about this player being like the best midfielder or something, and his name was Gerard, and now he manages this player called Ramsey, and I've got a player from his former team in there called Henderson, and then this another Arsenal player called White, and it's on me now to maybe make some changes, or maybe just sort of stick with this team. At the moment, I've gone for a 4-3-3. That doesn't include the goalkeeper. So I've got 4 in midfield. I've got 3 in the middle, and I've got just ahead of them, I've got another 3. So that's a 4-3-3. 4-3-3. 4-3-3. 4-3-3. So really, really interesting. If you want to find me, you can follow me on Twitter at Charlie Be Kind. Let me know what you think. This is my team. Now, I come from Stoke-on-Trent, so my original hometown is Burslem. Ignore my previous stats because, again, that was just me having a sort of a go and tailing off and my friends getting involved. This now is me having an actual go on my own. My team is called AC Burslem. My team colours are green and white. Sort of a hoop type thing. It's like a hoop, not stripes, hoops, because I've always had a thing about hoops and I don't know why. Maybe it's like a thing from when I was a kid. But yeah, so my team at the moment is Ramsdale in goal. Then I've got Digner. Then I've got Sanchez, Martinez. Then I've got James. Big shout out to his sister because I love the fact that they both play for the same club. Fantastic, keep it in the family. Then we've got Sancho. Then we've got Foden. Then we've got De Bruyne. Then we've got our knee. We've got Jesus, and we've got Haaland. Shows a man of loop. On the bench, we've got Hennessy, Ramsey, Henderson and White, and that is my team. I believe the first game is tonight. Let's just check the fixtures because there's some big fixtures coming up this weekend. If you haven't done it, have to be done, I believe, by, let's check it. Yep, 6:30 tonight, 18:30 hours tonight. It's Crystal Palace, who have a really cool club badge. It looks like an eagle, and then they're playing Arsenal, who've got a cannon. So it's an eagle against a cannon, which is just like madness. Then fixtures for tomorrow. It's Fulham and Liverpool. It's Bournemouth against Aston Villa. Leeds against Wolves. Newcastle against Nottingham Forest. You've got Spurs, which looks like a cockerel, against their emblem is like a cockerel, and I'd love to know what that means. Southampton, Everton against Chelsea. Then you've got on Sunday we've got Leicester City and Brentford. Leicester's have got a fox on their badge, and Brentford have got a bee, which seems like a mad fight. Something else to invest your time in. Like, who'd win? Like a fox or a bee? I don't know. Then you've got Man United against Brighton. There on their badge, they've got, it looks like the devil. They've got the devil, and Brighton have got like a bird. So the devil again. I mean, there's so many things like rushing through my head right now. And then you've got West Ham who've got a hammer as their emblem, against Man City, who've got like a boat and some kind of flower, which is just, I don't know. Anyway, yeah, definitely gonna be investing some time in this. It all kicks off tonight at 2000 hours or 8 o'clock if you don't know your 24-hour time. Definitely check it out. I can't wait to see how I get on, and if I stick with it, which I really want to. Gonna go now and look at how the point system works and things like that. But until next time, good luck if you're playing. If you haven't done so already, why not subscribe, leave me a like, and until next time, thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you all soon. Tonight, it's Arsenal Crystal Palace, and I'll see you all soon.